Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, the Written Writ, the show where you and I and you get creative, have fun, and geek out. Yes, folks, it is almost Christmas. I think, what? How many days are left? Is it like 10? Is it less? I don't know.
I think it's less. It's like a week and a day.
A week and a day. A week and a day till Christmas. I'm not ready for that. Dude, you figure with how long they make Christmas these days that you'd be ready for Christmas when it comes. But I think that's what the problem is. You feel like you got all this time because they start so early. You're like, oh, I got plenty of time. Next thing you know, boom, Christmas.
I swear, I thought it was already Halloween, but a day ago.
It was Halloween a day ago. And to make it worse, I think this Christmas season is one of the shorter ones. Yeah, it's not as long as it usually is.
I don't know about you, but I thought Christmas was like a day ago, so that's me.
Oh man, what do you guys? What are your plans for Christmas, guys?
Work, just working the whole holiday.
That was me before I had a kid. I'll be like one of the first guys to go. Oh, I don't got any kids. I'll be here at work. Because I figured the people with the kids, they needed the day off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, I'm hanging out with a couple of friends of mine who invited me to their house for dinner, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so, what is your child into?" She's like, "They're Disney adults." I was like, "Perfect," so I go like, "I need to buy something from Disney." Oh, there, it was perfect. So I had their shopping done real quick.
Hi. Oh man, folks, we just came from I keep wanting to say the Fellowship of Games. I'm not sure why, but that's what I've been like. Even when I was there at the Festival of Games, I kept going, the Fellowship of Games. No, Ralph, not the Fellowship of Games. I know you were traveling with a bunch of guys and you had a ring. Yeah, so we were at the Festival of Games this weekend in the Cradle of Aviation. Fantastic event. It was so much fun. We had a blast. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to check out the Festival of Games or any of the other Cradle of Aviation cons, you should go and do so. They're fantastic, especially if you like old style cabinets, because they had all the video games there, and you didn't have to pay any quarters. I could get all the quarters for myself.
That's the only draw for Rafael. I tell you, I mean, I did Cradle of Aviation or CradleCon last June. I loved it. And he's going, Paul, you gotta go play video games. I'm not here to play video games, man. We're here to geek out and see people.
Yeah,
like, come on.
And then you get to an MVC2 cabinet, you're like, I don't have to pay quarters for this? Yeah.
I couldn't pull them away. It was so embarrassing. It's like, come on, man, let's go. We gotta walk around.
Dude, all Roman Tony was doing at the festival was finishing games that he's never been able to finish, and you didn't have to put the quarters in there. It's like, oh, Rob, I finished this game, I finished that game.
On top of the leaderboard for Frogger.
I would have
all the games there, man. X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pac-Man.
I went there a few years ago. They had all the Neo Geo's Metal Slug games. I was like, I need to play. I need to play.
Yeah.
They had a few of them. They had a lot of the TNK games that you could hardly see any. I don't know if you can actually find them anymore, but I was like, oh, TNK, let's go, King of Fighters. And I was just like, done.
Yeah, because besides cabinets, they had all the systems there. You could have played Home Alone 2. They had the system with Home Alone 2. It was just showing. I was like, oh my God, it's everything.
It's such a great venue to begin with, too. It's awesome to see all the aviation, the planes, and the history. It's so cool. Very cool.
Yeah. It's a really cool place to have a con.
Oh, definitely. I like the duality of it because, you're there for the con, and at the same time, it's a museum. So you're like, whoa.
No, I would stop because there's a bunch of fighter jets in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're just a big almost if you draw like mechs and Gundams, and if you just love that stuff, you're looking at it
yep.
If you're wait, this is walking into a Tony Stark's brain, Like, all
Oh
these
my God, Cradle of Aviation is fantastic. Great place for a con.
Oh yeah.
I love going to Cradle of Aviation.
When they have like Long Island tabletop there, I love they have like all of the old like war vehicles, and then they had the mini painting going on there.
Yep.
I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
What color scheme do you want? That.
Exactly.
I want that tank right there.
Are you heading to Long Island Tabletop in March?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Everybody saying yeah.
To play. Yeah. I'm going there to play.
Yeah, we got a
I'm
lot of
going
friends
there to
at Long Island
fundraise.
Tabletop. We got a lot of friends like these guys here, and Hit Point, and Team
Yes.
Drew, and the Weather Dragon, who has their beautiful gaming table. If you guys want to give me something for Christmas, expensive as hell though.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. Oh man, yeah, I'm looking forward to Long Island Tabletop in March. It's gonna be a blast. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I kind of feel that convention is like New York's. I'm gonna say it like this. It's New York's Gen Con. And I'm talking about early Gen Con, and I could see that convention blowing up like 10 times over because it had a lot to do. Like last year, it had a lot of tables, had a lot of people, a lot of people just playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of DMs, a lot of our friend Drew. He was at the Weather Dragon table, hosting his game. This year, I want to play at his game. So I'm like, I want to play.
I feel like it's going to be just like another year or two, and then they're going to outgrow that space. I feel like they're already kind of like at that point where like it gets very tight there with all the tables. I'm just like, you guys need just like a little bit more.
Is that Cradle of Aviation as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're down in the main hall where they had like all the vendors for.
Oh, they utilized the whole place.
They used all 3 floors last year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was first floor was the vendors, second floor was the board game library, and then third floor was like tournaments and a bit more of the board game library, like Overspill.
And then they use also the cafeteria, and they use the other room, which has some more airplanes, and they utilize the whole place.
Oh,
they had like an RPG wing in one side and like mini paint in the other.
Yeah, I was thinking Eternal Con at Hofstra. That was a great venue too.
Oh, Eternal Con is good too. The Hofstra, you got lots of room. You don't feel crowded at Eternal Con. I can tell you that much.
I can't go there anymore. They put me to work.
Yeah, every time Andrew shows up to Eternal Con, they go, "Hey, Andrew, come here." I was like, "I paid. Here's your money back. Come here."
They're like, "Oh no."
So Chris,
right. I think one year, all you got, I met all you guys, and they're like, "Where are you at?" I'm over here. They have you help me. Like,
I think it was the year that we had the panel. Then we were downstairs doing the panel, and I was like, "Dude, where are you?" And you were like, "They got me working." Hey, look, it's Will Playton. How you doing? Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
So, Chris, I was going to ask you. You've been busy as heck. You've been doing all the stuff. You've been running around. Maybe we should call you Saint Nick. So, tell the people a little bit about what you do and all the good stuff. Go for it.
Oh yeah. So I'm the founder of Board Games for the Better. We're a nonprofit. We give board games out to children and families across the country. This past month, pretty much every holiday season, we end up being, like you said, Santa. We give out board games to kids in foster care, people who are living in shelters right now, families that might not have that extra income to be able to like have Christmas at home. We provide games for them. We've been shipping all over the country this year. We just passed our 9,000th game that we've given out with our gifting program. Yeah. I did not think we'd get anywhere near this in like 4 years. And then we have our game day program, which like a little bit kind of happens at like things like Long Island Tabletop, like the board game library that's up there. Like about like probably at this point maybe like a third of it is like provided by us whenever we go there. And then we also do game days at like schools that can't afford to like have vendors come for like holiday events. We'll bring games for kids to be able to play. We once did a bouncy house castle like a few years back for kids. Yeah, so we just kind of been just expanding our programs like a little bit at a time each year.
That's amazing. And I gotta say, we've known you for a couple of years now. And
Yeah.
it's always amazing to see what you guys are doing, how many games you have in the background, the fact that you're giving games away. And I feel like you guys are helping board games stay alive because, man, for a while there, I thought board games were like going the way of the magazine.
No, I feel like especially after COVID, there was like a big surge of people who wanted to
I agree.
have something
Yeah,
away from screens because people just got stuck working through screens for so long. And it was funny because we were trying to start this pre-COVID. The original idea was going to be mini painting with kids that were doing like hospital stays. So if a kid was going in for dialysis or for chemo treatment and they were going to spend a long time in the hospital, we were going to do like mini painting and then have somebody do like a D&D one shot with the miniatures they've been painting for like the last couple of weeks. Then COVID happened and we had to like stop that whole idea, and then that kind of is where like the gifting program started because we were like, we want to help people but we can't be there in person. And that kind of, oh hey, that's the Boys and Girls Village, so that's where we just went to a week or so ago. We went to Connecticut. We dropped off, it was like 275 games or
that is a
so.
lot of games.
Yeah, it was a lot of games. And so all of them were brand new in shrink. We tried to make sure we gave kids like all brand new presents for this holiday season. And this was us at PAX this past December. We were doing a bit of fundraising, and we also we debuted our first game that we made.
Nice.
Yeah, so we wanted to like make a game that we can have anybody and everybody play. And so we made a game called Bluffing for Booty. The whole game is just 3 coins. It's like a really quick bluffing game. We made the coins that you play with textured on the back, so if someone's blind or visually impaired, they're able to play. We made the rules available, and I think right now we have 8 languages, and we're
Nice.
like looking for more translators. Um, and outside of the charity, I work in memory care, and so I've played this game with people who have like early and mid stage Alzheimer's, and they've been able to play as well.
PAX is
So
an
yeah,
amazing.
busy.
PAX is an amazing experience. You guys have been hitting the bigger cons, I see.
Yeah, last year was our first time at PAX, and then we came back again this year. And it's probably one of our best fundraisers because we end up getting a good amount of people who donate, but also a lot of companies donate their extra stock from the convention to us, and that kind of helps really carry us into the holiday season. So it's the perfect timing just for the holidays.
Where are you located, Chris?
In Bayside, Queens. But like we started in Queens. A lot of our like game day stuff is still pretty much local to New York. But the gifting program we've shipped all over the country at this point.
That's incredible. What a great
Thank
stewardship you guys are doing. This is phenomenal.
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I remember when I was a kid, there was like YMCA Boys and Girls Clubs and stuff like that. And that's where I kind of got my first exposures to board games and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I had a bunch of game guys come with a bunch of board games that I've never that are just like amazingly well put, and you play with I would have been like in seventh heaven. And yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone here can agree. Like games help, video games, board games, what have you. Like they help bring people together. Like it's a really good medium, especially for people who have like that like social anxiety. Games act as that like middleman buffer to kind of help you feel like you've got something in front of you. And what I like about board games specifically is like when you sit down, you play a game like at a table. Everyone's there with the same rules. Everyone's got the same attention. It's like this it's very strange, like social contract that you're all sitting down and you're all agreeing to these same rules. and there's like almost like a nice safety to that. That there's people who really like they get attracted to something like that, and they really fall into the hobby.
Makes sense because the world's crazy. It's nice to have
Yeah.
rules that people are following.
Yeah, but let me tell you, the people at PAX that we meet, the first year we were there, because we weren't in the main hall. They have us in a section called the PTI room.
Right.
And so it's like us and it's a few other like nonprofits that are there. And never had I had such a like crazy welcoming experience where it was just like teams and teams of people that were all just like, oh my God, this is great. This is what I'm doing. And we're all exchanging really fun and cool ideas. And like we're all like bouncing these like programs that we're all trying to do together. And it's even like how we got to designing the coins for Bluff and for Booty. There was another organization, Dots, that makes Braille dice, and they were explaining to us like what they do and like what are the check marks they make sure they hit for like quality of their product, to make sure that it's like as usable as possible. And we used those ideas for our coins, and we went back to them constantly after every iteration of our coins to be like, would you say this is good enough? Would you say this is good enough? And we just kind of kept going back and forth until they were like, yeah, this is spot on.
Gotta say, it looks interesting. It looks like simple rules here.
Yeah,
sometimes some of these board games, you need to have like an engineering degree.
Yeah, that's it. It takes you like 2 minutes to read the rules, and it takes you like 5 minutes to play the game. And so we
better games.
and we made like 2 to 3 players, and then what sucked was like right after we started production and everything was being made and we finalized all the stuff, we were like, oh, we could add a 4th player if we do yada yada yada, and we were like, damn it, it's too late for that now. I won't make it for PAX.
Sounds like an expansion to me.
So that's what we're planning to do. The next idea will just be like we called it the Mutineer, and that'll be like the next coin that kind of comes up.
Well, see, that's all the fun, especially with games. Especially how games are now. You have the games where you have the expansions where the game is alive. It's constantly moving. It's constantly changing, which makes it better because sometimes you get tired of the games.
Yeah.
That's why you start changing Monopoly. It becomes a whole Star Trek fight. You play the music.
I love me a good like 2-3 hour board game. For me, that's my sweet spot. But I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. Like you can't just go and get anybody and be like, all right, man, you're gonna sit down. We're gonna play this game called Twilight Imperium. That's the next 12 hours of your day. Exactly.
Leave the board as is. We'll just get back to it later.
Oh, I've done that before. Where you leave the board the way it is. Yeah. But you're technically on D&D. You're kind of leaving the board the way it is, and you're moving on with your life, and then you're coming back.
You come back. D&D is just a board game you leave set up for a couple of years. That's all.
Exactly.
Well, Kramer and Newman brought it with them on the subway, so they were taking risk on the subway. That was a great episode. I love it. Sorry, geeking out too much. Apologize, guys.
There's no such thing as geeking out too much.
I agree.
So let me ask you this: you got a lot of people out there. Maybe they're in the Christmas spirit. Maybe they feel like they're Santa Claus. What do you tell them if they want to help out? If they want to donate, or they want to they want to be Santa?
So best way to help out is you go to boardgamesforthebetter.org. On the top of the site, you're going to see it says, there we go, ways to help. And on there, you're going to see all the different ways you can help. You can donate funds, you can donate games, you can host fundraisers or game drives. Right. If you're local to us, we need volunteers for game days. And those are really the big ways you guys can help out.
Because people are always looking for something to do, and you might as well do something to do and help people out. Come on.
Yeah, I came home today and I saw a package that someone donated 3 copies of Calico, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" So
Oh,
like we always have people who are donating. We have like a nice like steady supply that kind of like comes in like a game or two every couple days, but then it's always like 3 or 4 emails a day that come in that like we need games here, we need games there. So there's definitely more demand than there is supply.
oh, definitely. So, what conventions are you looking to hit in the near future?
So we're gonna do Long Island Tabletop again. I know we're doing PAX. I think the plan is going to be to do PAX East this year. Um, and then we also would like to do Gen Con, but that one's a little bit tough because traveling and having to bring all the supplies for to be able to table at a convention is the pain to get to and from.
Oh, I can imagine. I think the
that
only
is
way
gonna
that it will
be
work for you guys is to get somebody to donate stuff at the destination, and that way it can stay there.
Exactly. Like
You
even
don't
when
have
we
to
go to
bring
PAX
it back.
Unplugged, like we drive all the stuff from Philly back to New York afterwards.
But you see, that doesn't work completely because I know definitely you're going to get donations while you're there.
Yeah. So
But you still
what we've
gotta
done in the
carry
past,
things around.
if I know we're doing a convention that's like away from home, uh, what I usually do is I'll reach out to a few organizations that are local in that area and be like, hey, we're expecting to get like X amount of games. Would you guys need those kinds of games? And then we'll reach out to shelters and organizations beforehand, just so that way we already know that like when games come in, they're already going to have a home before we even leave.
Love it, love it. Man.
Hmm.
That's why you do teamwork, folks. Work together. Come on.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
organizations working together just makes life so much easier.
oh, definitely. So let me ask you this, because you're going to the conventions, you're doing all this stuff, and I know you hold events. Have you considered
Mhm.
holding your own gaming thing, con type of thing? Because it just makes sense.
I really would like to, and we've thought about a few different ideas. We don't want to do one in Long Island because Long Island Tabletop is already there. There are already a few. We were looking to see if we do something in Queens, so that way people from Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, like they can kind of come together somewhere a little easier. And we wanted to do a board game convention, but we've also wanted to do a sort of like a D&D experience thing that we wanted to kind of get an idea of like what is a charity like us, what does a gala event look
Hmm.
like? And what we thought of was like, what if we got the opportunity to do a D&D event inside of a like old style like museum, like a mansion museum.
Mm.
And so we've been playing with this idea for like a couple of years now. And there's a place called King's Manor in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
and
know these
it's
manners,
like a
yeah.
yeah. So they've offered to let us use the place for an event like this, and to like
Nice.
do it at nighttime. And so we would have like a whole like D&D event. Like each room would have its own different story going on. Um, and so we've been kind of like messing with that idea for a few years, but it takes so much time because we want to make sure we do it right. We don't want to like, go in and just like, it's all right. Like we figured out half of it, the other half we kind of dropped the ball. We want to kind of think things through, and so I would like to be able to do that maybe within like the next year or so.
It's so funny that you say that because I know people out there, they're constantly they look at the event and they think, oh, this is easy, and I'm like, no.
No.
I don't know why you
it
think
takes
that.
it takes a lot. I'm lucky. Like I used to do like very large events for
Hmm.
like different social programs in the past. So I used to do like big vaccine clinics and things like that. And so like I already have the ideas of like how like I in my head I'm very good at like moving things around in my head and like where to put people and stuff. So that part will be easy. It's more the like making it something that people would want to go to.
Yeah.
You know, you could throw games on a table and tell people to come, but is that going to be something that's going to really bring people in? No, I want it to be something more. I would like for it to be like if we do like a board game event in Jamaica, right? Everybody can come, everyone goes to like something like King's Manor. instead of it just being like tables and tables of vendors, like it'd be really cool to have it be where a lot of people who are local to Jamaica are coming to this, right? Because it's in their home, it's right there, and then and having different organizations come in and say, hey, these are the services we have to help you guys out. So it's a bit of like it's gaming, but it's also like here is a like almost like a resource fair with fun attached to it as well. It'd be a really cool idea to do. That way it helps people, people can come in, have a good time, and they can also find out, hey, you know what? I didn't know there's a food pantry here. I didn't know this person was offering like free legal services for ABCB. Like I think that'd be a really cool way to kind of mix things in together.
That's the way to do it, man. Yeah, I love the teamwork. I love the whole aspect of that. Great idea. Hello, fellow creators.
Hello.
I love it. I like the idea. You know, for the longest time, I've always wanted to do a Clue type dinner party. You know, and this sounds like right up the alley of that.
Yes, and like make it give it that really good like haunted mansion feel.
Exactly.
Yes, we had an event like this must have been like over 2 years ago at this point where we had like a small fundraising event for a Girl Scout troop that after COVID a lot of their recreation supplies got stolen, and so we were raising money for them, and it was in a church, and they let us run this event pretty late, and so at around like 10 o'clock or so we got them to shut off most of the lights, and we did a horror D&D like one shot, and it worked out really well and people really liked it, and that's kind of like where the idea like started. We're like, this seems pretty cool.
We can do this.
Yeah, we could do this in a pretty like much bigger
I mean,
scale. We do a whole
because it is pretty cool.
yeah.
It sounds like a good time to me, man.
Especially if you get like people who are really good at DMing, like collabing to make like a really cool like multi-room story, and then you like get like the breakthrough out like the middle of the game. Everybody gets together. They all like swap stories, information that are like loosely around with each other. And they can go back to their rooms afterwards.
Oh, I can see it.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God. So if people are interested in you, where can they find you?
Best way to find us is going to be on Instagram at Board Games for the Better. I'm very bad at social media, so one is about all I can handle on my own until we get more people to help us out. But
We know that feeling.
Instagram is gonna be the best place to find us,
folks. Yeah, on Instagram, as you were seeing before, they actually put a lot of their stuff that they're doing, and you can see where they are and what they're doing, and how if you want to help out, or when they finally do this event, because you know, even though we will tell you because we want to be there. Oh man! And speaking of detectives, you know, Paul, you know, why don't you tell the people what you've been up to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently working on episode 2 of Time Enforcers. Basically, we're in the midst of full-fledged development. Time Enforcers episode 2 is going to feature Amelia Earhart flying around in her Vega 6 3D so she can travel cross-dimensionally. And it's really a Galaga style of play. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's also going to have a role-playing game aspect to it as well, where you're doing a top-down and the characters move on the screen. You get to interact, you know, that way in the gameplay. And then we're, of course, incorporating the whole puzzle challenges for players, because what's the point of making a video game that makes learning history fun if you don't have some learning history behind it? So it's really, you know, what we going on with that. But we've developed new characters for this episode, which I'm pretty excited about. Amelia was cameoed in episode 1, and so she's going to be brought into the game and play a big part of it. We have a second character that we developed called Detective Nico Time. We actually did a big push recently for a promotion called Teja Game. It's hosted by Liam Twos, and he's been doing this for indie game developers worldwide. And so it's a really great opportunity for indie developers like myself to get, you know, eyeballs on your work and get a following. And the TG game promotion we did with this was for Nick Time. It's a video that we put together a little while ago. Rafael actually did the voiceover for Nick, which turned out awesome. And it's got a really cool feel to it. It's very much trenched in film noir. So your Sam Spade, your Phil Amaro's of the world, are definitely inspired for this character. And it was a lot of fun doing this video. I really, love the music. Rafael, like I said, did a phenomenal job with the whole voiceover. It just struck the right chord. And, with Nick in the game, he, of course, is film noir. So everything that he is exposed to will be in grayscale. So I'm really trying to have some fun with this project as I do it, as opposed to just making a video game. I really want to, take things, turn around, and have a good time for the players. And that's really the whole goal, is to gamify this whole learning experience for history and get kids involved in wanting to learn history, because I think it's a critical miss nowadays. We're just ignoring that and focusing on other things, which are important, but I think history is being left by the wayside, which is, to my mind, something that's a bit of a tragedy. So, like I said, I'm very excited about this project still. It's ongoing. It's been a lot of work. But I am, crushing the code now, so to speak, and having fun developing. If you're familiar with Starship Troopers and the whole bug appeal, like bugs are going to be attacking Amelia's plane, so I'm pretty excited about that. So, it's
Would you like to learn more?
What's that?
Would you like to learn more?
I'd like to learn more, definitely.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And then, we've got another character we're introducing as well. We're doing Togo, the sled dog from the 1925 Serum run. He's going to be featured in episode 2. And then, of course, I just keep, blowing up this script. So Maisie, the mechanic, who actually went to MIT and did her post-grad work at Caltech, will be Amelia's mechanic. And so she'll be working on the plane. So it's just... I bring in a whole host of characters this episode. I'm blowing out the whole puzzle format. One of the comments I got with episode 1, there weren't enough puzzles. I'm surprised. I put 5 in there. I think there's enough.
Where's the puzzle?
Need more puzzles. The list just keeps growing.
Oh man, James says that he'd rather have studied that way back in the day. I agree.
I agree too, James.
Even though I had some great history teachers, this would have been so much fun.
Yeah, just this came out of COVID, and just a little backstory. I grew up learning history by trudging down to the library on my bike and picking up books, and then going back on my bike with these books and reading them at home. And the convenience people have nowadays for the internet, just at their fingertips, they can find so much stuff. But COVID, from what I saw for the education experience for both the kids and the students, killed history big time. And it just made it such a horrible experience. And that's what inspired me to really turn this around and use technology for good, and really provide kids, even adults, with a gamified way to learn about history. And what's great about this game, I hate to say it, I'm kind of like the god, so I love blowing things up. So I can't wait to start blowing history up and just have a ball with it. So it's just really a lot of fun.
Well, that's the fun thing about this is you can actually go in a direction where you make history askew, and then people have to figure out what's wrong with history, and maybe they have to fix it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I've been really thinking about this. Part of the inspiration I got from the show was, the whole comic book aspect of it. I was really focused on the interactive digital comic portion of it, and the whole interactivity with the role-playing game. But then I thought to myself, why can't I do a graphic novel as well?
Yeah.
So I've been fleshing out a script for a graphic novel.
Nice.
And part of the fleshing out is you have the antagonist Chronolith. What are his dreams for controlling time? Why is he such a villain in this? And it really brought me to the fact that this guy's a megalomaniac, and he really wants to control everything. And let's just take that and run with it. What the heck? Have some fun.
See, that's how you start to learn about your characters when you do different projects with them. Sometimes it gives you new questions that you have to answer.
Yeah, it's just sitting down and just composing this. I did it today, and just really, I had written a script for episode 1, and it was fun. But now I'm trying to flush it out even further, and then of course build that episode 2 the same way, and have that as more comprehensive approach to who the characters are and what they're doing. I think that will help enhance the game script as well, which, I'm looking forward to. So I'm kind of stepping away from the programming for a couple days to focus on this, because I get so entrenched into programming sometimes it feels like I'm hitting a wall. And so I just feel like doing something different just helps rejuvenate me and gets new material that I can post, which is great stuff as well. So
that's why you got to do sometimes. You got to step away so your juices can start flowing and you can get creative.
Yeah, I mean, I love. I think a future episode, probably in January, I can really demo the game experience, because I'm going to be doing the Garden State Winterfest in Sussex County in January.
Yeah.
So I really want to have a demo of episode 2 available for the kids to play. And so it can play through a computer, which I'm excited about. I'll be able to attach, a controller and have the kids play that first episode. And I tell you, I showed my biggest critics are my kids. And when they say, "Dad, this looks really cool," then I know I've got at least, something done that's right. And so the look and feel of this game is, in my mind, so much better than episode 1. Episode 1 was a big learning curve for me. One, I didn't know the programming. It was really my first delve into whole animated sequences for art. And so I'm, picking up things quicker now and doing things faster. And I think it's almost becoming better as well, because I'm finding ways to really fine tune the artwork for it. And I'm just really excited about this. I just think I can't create the content quick enough. And I just want to keep pushing through as much as I can, to do that. So.
And as you can see, he travels around a lot. He does a lot of great stuff. He helps a lot of great artists. Dude, I gotta say, when it comes to working as a team, you really do a good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm an artist myself. I love the art community. I see the creativity, especially being exposed to all the cons I've attended. And it's just, it's phenomenal, the amount of creative talent that's out there. And I just came up with this idea, is like, why I'd love to see how other artists draw my characters. And so I started this whole thing. How would you draw a Time Enforcer character? And I've met so many artists now, and I'm getting back on track now to start making more posts. I'm actually working on Chris Mads as we were talking, before the show. And, his artwork of Nico Time was phenomenal. So I'm going to be putting him up in the next couple of days. I have probably about 15 commissions I haven't posted yet. So Christmas break is coming. I'm going to try and do a few more posts for that. And, again, focus on development of the game as well. So it's being pulled in different directions, but I love it. It's really, really a good time. So
I can see a special Christmas version of Time Enforcers where Santa Claus shows up.
Oh my God. You're freaking killing me, man. Will you stop it?
History, man.
I'm trying to do posts. Oh, let's do a Christmas version. Okay, this leads me into Fractured Atlas. Chris, I appreciate this. I'm trying to team up with Fractured Atlas for official sponsorship. Basically, people can make a tax-deductible donation to Time Enforcer's education program. I've fleshed out a whole curriculum for kids for 5th to 10th grade to offer this as a core curriculum for them to learn history. And the proceeds from this fundraiser will allow me to chase after national grants. So a lot of these national grants require a nonprofit in order to apply for the grant. And so Fractured Atlas has been around for at least 30 years. They've been helping the art community in terms of, with their appeals to get people to donate money for them. They can be a for-profit entity, but Fractured Atlas is using their nonprofit umbrella so you can capture these donations. So the donations that people make to the program are fully tax deductible. I get whatever money comes in, I can use it for nonprofit business, so to speak. And what that means is I can use it to build up this education program. And I presented this at the EdTech convention I attended in November, along with NJEA, and it was so well received. I mean, people really saw the value in getting back to basics, is what I call it. The education program incorporates the whole video game aspect, but that's only a small portion of it. What it really focuses on is getting the kids to do things that I think we've moved away from because tech has become so ingrained in our society. So we provide the kids with what I call mission manuals. Each mission is assigned to a unit. So if you're going to be focused on learning about feudal Japan, this will be a unit that you study for a couple weeks. in that first week, you're going to do research on a specific area of feudal Japan that you're interested in. So we give kids an opportunity to choose the person, place, or thing that they want to research, and they give them this mission journal. They actually go in and they journal every day. So they write something down for 5 to 10 minutes, their experience, what they're doing in terms of what they're studying, and finding this information out. After that research is done, they get together as a team. They work collaboratively to do a presentation to the class. So now you're presenting information and you're responsible for what you're doing as part. A lot of times I saw when my kids went through in school, they have a team of kids doing the work for a class project, and it's one kid that does all the work and everyone coasts on it. This is putting the onus on the kids to do their part, participate, and realize that presenting is not that hard. You just have to practice doing it, and get up there, put yourself out there, and don't be afraid. And it's really breaking down those barriers that makes learning even more fun. And having this whole gaming aspect makes it more of a challenge. It's based on having awards as they go through. They get badges for the good work they do. And it's all about gamifying the whole learning experience, like I said before. And it's just not that. I mean, what I've done is I've built a whole back end for the teachers to go in and actually track the students' progress. So they can set up a course curriculum, they can design whatever units they want to teach, and then they can see the students' progress as they move through the unit and have it done. So it's really meant to be, a way for kids to interact and learn history, but it's also making the whole experience for the educator frictionless. So it's something they'll do because they're going to only want to be focused on English language arts and mathematics and not worry about trying to teach history, where this is going to be almost like an automatic pilot where it makes it fun for the teachers and the kids to play and do the work. So I'm pretty excited about that as well.
I can just see it, man. They start playing characters.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll present it on another show, but this whole manual, you create your own avatar. There's a space in the manual for the kids to draw their own avatar and figure out who they, inspires them from history that they want to be. And then, again, it's a personalized journal. So it provides them an opportunity to write things down with pen and paper. It's great to do things, on the computer, but it's really getting back to basics is what I call it, which I think is important. It's critical learning. It's, active learning. It's all the skills that I think that are required for kids if they're going to go into the real world and actually work in business or whatever they're going to do. They're going to need these skills. And I think having done in a way where they want to learn them is really going to be a cool thing. So.
Yeah, folks, and it's only $2. So you can download the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll spend more on a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts for goodness sake. Yeah. So $2,
and it helps out actually. The more you guys buy the game, the more money Paul has, and the more people he can hire. There you go.
Oh, that's the way I look at it. I mean, this is not for me. I mean, I always consider rewarding the people who do work for me, and that's why when I go to ask an artist, to do how would you draw a Time Force character, it's a commission. I pay them for it, and I don't expect anything less if I'm going to ask them to do artwork for the game, or if they're going to help me do a voiceover, or if they're going to help me do music for the game, whatever that is. I really want to be able to duly compensate people for their time, because I know how valuable that time is. I'll make sure that they're properly rewarded for it. So, and that's really what this money is about. If I can get a grant, from the National Endowment for the Humanities, it's going to be for, hiring artists and musicians and voiceover talent so that I can do this the right way. It's really a way to look at this. So.
Yeah. Paul brings everybody up with him. That's why you need to help Paul, give him a team so he can help us all out.
Yeah, I mean, any amount is greatly appreciated. I've had people donate, $25. I've had people donate $1, and whatever money you feel comfortable with donating, I'm more than happy, to receive that, because it hardens my heart, to feel that people are investing in me to see this project come forward, and I really appreciate whatever donations that people make towards that goal. So.
As you can see, Paul's really put a lot of thought into this, and he actually wants to do more with it, as you heard when we was talking about Santa Claus.
Well, not only Santa Claus, but my ultimate goal, I'm not tipping any hats here, but my ultimate goal is to make like a worldwide experience for kids to interact with history as they move about the world. So, and I call it History All Around Us, and it's based on a mobile game I think a lot of people have heard about. But you go around sites, and what better way to learn about history is if you walk around town and realize that, yeah, there was a revolutionary battle that occurred here, or I'm at Yosemite Park and I meet up with Ansel Adams, or I'm at I'm San Francisco and I run into a 49er who's doing a gold rush, type of deal. And it's really tied into the game and really having that interaction with history. I think people really fail to realize a lot of stuff happened right in your own neighborhood. And you can find out a lot about things that can happen right where you are. And that's really the really cool thing that I find about that. So
history is everywhere.
It's everywhere, man. And really the ultimate goal is to inspire kids, right? It's to really get them to realize that, heck, if this person can do this, why can't I? People do great things. Ordinary people do great things. It's just a matter of, becoming extraordinary in your passion and your creativity and your drive to want to do it. And that's really the ultimate challenge that, comes with people and what they're willing to do to move things forward and make it a better place.
That is the challenge, folks. That is the challenge.
It's a really good mission. I really like that message a lot.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Chris. Yep.
See, like, I would like to, since you're doing Amelia Earhart, I would like to, like, me personally, I love explorers and the histories of explorers.
Yep.
Yeah, so many people. Like right now, I just saw the movie The Last City of Z with the Percy Fawcett, and just like people who just went into the jungle. Like they went into the jungles of Africa, they went to the jungles of South America, they went to the jungles of Asia, they went into the Atlantic, they went into this Antarctica, they went to this Arctic Circle, and when you talk about your characters, your gaming history, you have people like really don't understand like how many explorers were out there back in the day with like just nothing but like gumption and pieces of wood that was like nailed together. Like
look at like what you're saying, Andrew. Look at the Polynesian, wayfarers and what they did. They're riding on these catamarans, thousands of miles in the Pacific Ocean to islands they never saw before.
And they're like, and I appreciate a good map, but their maps were really just reeds and sticks put together with rocks. And you're like, what is that? And they're actually, the maps would actually talk about oceanic currents that they used. So they were just like, wait a minute. So that stick there and that reed there was an actual byway that they would take these beautiful boats with, pontoon boats, and they just launched it. And that's where we have like most of the Micronesian, we're finding Micronesian artifacts all the way up into like no man's zones, Antarctica.
Yeah.
So there's like three or four, like, wait a minute. So they made it to Antarctica? Yes. Yeah. With wooden boats, and they actually have seals in their artwork.
No, it's so cool. I mean, the fascination I find with this project is the research that I do. This guy who I researched initially, he's going to be in episode 3. His name's Benjamin Banneker. He was an African-American around the time of the American Revolution. He actually corresponded with Thomas Jefferson. This guy had no training. He was the first to invent a wooden clock in the colonies. Didn't know how to do it, just did it. Okay. And he also was a surveyor for Washington, D.C., and it was said that his maps, his star charts, helped Lewis and Clark do their exploring of the West. So this guy was phenomenal, and I think he is a figure that's greatly overlooked in our history. I didn't know about it till I started researching it and came upon it. I don't remember how I came upon it, but I just did. And I said, this guy's got to be featured. So he's in episode 3. He's going to be dealing with a giant kaiju coming through, and we're just going to have a blast with Benjamin Franklin. And this kaiju, we're going to have some Native Americans in there as well. I really want to focus on diversity and inclusion. I really feel that the more that I can tie, and just remove the whole premise of race from the equation and just realize anyone can do anything. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you feel in terms of your religious aspects, what your status is in the world. You have the ability to do something great. It's just a matter of finding it within yourself to do it. And so that's really the message I want to get across as well. So
he's doing a good job, folks. So help him out.
Like I said, any donation is greatly appreciated. The whole point is if I can raise $1,000 for Fractured Atlas, they will then say, okay, you're a viable candidate. we're going to help you write grants, for the NEH or whatever, grant you want to go for. When I know writing grants is like a whole nother job unto itself. It's a huge ordeal.
Oh, yeah.
And, being able to have that as a support would be phenomenal. And not only going off those opportunities that are not only applied for nonprofits, but they help you do it along the way, which is really cool. So.
Love it. Go help out, folks. It's so funny though. Sometimes how it works out. We have everybody here, and everybody seems to have a connection. And so that we hit Andrew now, and Andrew is a game creator, a map maker, and he just dips into both what Chris is doing and Paul is doing. So Andrew, tell the people what you do.
Oh, hi guys! I'm Andrew Frank Rodriguez from Andrew Frank Rodriguez Art. I'm also have a company called Artist and Profit Games, and at the time, this is my new company that I'm starting out. You can find me in my Instagram. I focus on creating map content and map assets, and also gaming assets for people who actually want to create their own games. Now, right now, the game I'm selling this Christmas is, of course, I've talked to this game about before. It's called Boss Rush 2001 XX, and it is pretty much world of a few hundred years later, 100 years from now, and the whole world is one big radioactive, robotic, super armies, and you name it. Whatever happened to this planet happened. Continental shifts and different new groups of people are now being chosen into different roles. You get to play a character from robots, humans, androids, and everything else in between, like cybernetic beings. I'm going to tell you right now, this is me and my friends. We've been playing this game for 4 years. We designed this game back in 2016. It's been well received. Right now, we're doing a revision part 2, and we're also coming out with books that would be part of the game, which would be focusing more on game worlds and exclusive zones of which people can actually explore. Now, me personally, it's great for me because I love to create maps. I also like the anthropomorphic and sociology and archaeology and anthropology aspects of the game, because it's literally civilizations that have fallen and rise with our own modern era, as if talking about our modern era as if it's a past. So you are pretty much creating worlds and characters with our game, and you can become whatever you want within reason, But I know there's a lot of people. We were having a couple of players, and they were asking us about, oh, can we play this character? Sure. This is how it's made. Oh, can we become the rules of this area? Well, that's the point. What's specifically unique about Boss Rush is that each zone and area and territory is run by small micro bosses or major bosses. And the goal is actually either take out these bosses to become your own boss, to gain powers and levels and different skills, or you could just use it as a sandbox and you can enjoy the game. I strongly suggest people to pick this up, and this is kind of like our love letter to 90s anime and even 80s animes and 70s anime. I'm still kind of like, I consider myself a old otaku, but most modern animes I've been watching don't seem to have a lot of the same flavor that I grew up with, and I think it's kind of disservice. So all my friends were like, yeah, remember when Galaxy Express 99, remember Captain Harlock, and we're pretty much exploring those old titles and making characters based on those old titles, and like within years of like playing video games and Capcom games and pretty much playing like all the like Resident Evil, even watching old animes that are just like Angel Egg, because I even did that. Like I even suggested like something like very retro kind of chic, you know. And we just went in like we've really been just like brainstorming for these new worlds that we're going to be destroying. I'm sorry, not destroying. Building.
Yeah.
Destroy it. Yeah.
Yeah,
BM.
building for players to decide what to do with them. Yeah. And I absolutely enjoy creating games for the simple fact I was always a hobbyist. I always played games, always played Dungeons and Dragons, always played different independent RPGs. There's just so many different avenues you can go through just creating games. It's remarkable. One of the things I absolutely like you guys were explaining, like, you know, you had like this idea of wanting to create something that people could really get a link to. And I think a lot of us now have different ideas of what we want to see in our anime, or we want to see in our comic books. And so some of us don't create those comic books. Some of us don't create those games. However, thank God for RPGs, we're allowed to create different worlds. Me personally, I can always think of a destination and just draw them. As you can see, like before, I had posted a bunch of pictures of like different destinations that I've had in my brain for years, and that's also attached to my game company. But for Boss Rush was like one of my favorites projects to do. I also have another project that I made with a D&D product called Covenant of the Kyber Mark, which is also on Dungeon Masters Guild. You can buy that. It's a great book too. That one I actually just had added I have an artist credit to it and an artist art director credit for that as well. So that was another great experience. And you can see where as you can look at my Instagram, you can see where my visions of what I believe fantasy should look within my worlds. I think I have that somewhere here, those bones. But yeah, as you can see, like I have like different areas in my game that I posted here, or I'm creating for another game company. But it's amazing. Like it's been a really interesting journey. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next big installment for Boss Rush. Right now, we are just focusing on large maps and large areas. We've already fleshed out one or two added features for character development, and also, of course, weapons and armor and stuff like that you can purchase. This is like just like a few months ago I went to GameCon. But yeah, again, like as you can see, like there's a different areas I actually create for my games and for my story.
Your artwork's incredible, Andrew. I've always, when I first met you a few months ago on the show, it's like your stuff's just amazing. It's so detailed, and the fineness you have in it is just amazing. It's just so cool.
Thank you. The thing is, like I always have ideas. I've always been drawing them out, and for years I've been in the industry, back of the house. But right now I really started saying, well, it's 2025, and I really wanted to push forward into like creating something that's more for myself. So around April, May, I started like coming up with the idea of actually creating my own game company. And so I have the experience. I have a lot of content. My only initial things that was holding me back was like, where do I go? Who do I suggest? Who do I talk to? And so since I had like so many people that I've met over the years, I just been like tabling here, tabling there, and also constructing this game. Oh, these are like it's like these are like different these things right here. I have to thank Shadow Rabbit for introducing me to like making models and making like figurines. Like I really have to thank him for that. I'm pulling stuff out that I have around my table. I decorated my entire house now with like things I've built out of like a lot of foam, and that was like another aspect I had. Yeah, you see, this is why I don't draw Marvel heroes. You know, this is like my idea, but people are like, "Oh, Iron Man wouldn't look like that," or why aren't you drawing it like this way? I'm like, no, I'm drawing it mine. Again,
Rafael, can you go back to that for a second?
What, the map?
No, it's almost like you get some Spidey stuff going there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing like some Spider-Man technique in there. You know, like his torso, his foot. It's
it was like cool. It's a quick drawing, but yeah, you know, but like my thing was like I normally don't draw Marvel, DC, or anything recognizable for two factors. One, there's a big apprehension of me drawing them, and also that's also mixed with a paranoia that someone's gonna be like, "Hey, you're not supposed to draw that." And then second is, of course, the anxiety of people saying, "Well, he doesn't look like that." So I was like, "Okay, let me." So like when I do draw a character, it'll be like, "Well, this is Superman," because he'll be a D&D style character, or he'll be like a gaming character this is my Superman. This is my game stats. And so like drawing superheroes, I can do that every day. Drawing already recognized established characters, anxiety. You know? And I think every artist has that. I mean, I think every artist has like if they have their own personal art, and then they also have like the art that you're like, I know I can draw this. I've drawn other things well before. Oh yeah, like this is like a mermaid, or kind of like, you know, those kind of sea eels, mermaids looking thing. You know, giant robots with big heads that has like one big eye that destroys things. You know, robots who look like they're supposed to be in fantasy characters, giant, you know, mechs that people can sit down. You know, even the weird stuff like I draw, like that's pretty much like a starship with you know, like in Star Wars, they have like the Jedi ring, but I put a mech inside of it instead of like the ring. And so like I do all these like crazy designs from like, you know, to me that just looks like, you know, that looks like from old school. All my stuff is like kind of like old school RPG art, old school, you know. I grew up with Star Blazers. I grew up with Traveler. I grew up with those games that I always like, riffs and all these great RPGs that were used to be black and white. They gave you all these different like weapons and equipment, but everything was black and white. There was never really colored. I mean, all these beautiful modern Dungeons and Dragon games are well painted and really detailed, but I grew up with like black and white images. Like that's like a scene from like one of my games. It's not even an attachment. It's literally my friends found a giant mech and they're all like, okay, we're like basically walking through a destroyed like mech graveyard, I think it's called. Like and you're like, okay, so what you could do? You could build that, you know. Oh, and if you can see, there's a lot of there's a great game back in the day from the 80s and 90s, and it was called Gunheed. There's also a great cult movie as well called Gunheed, and that's where I also got my influences as well. Oh yeah, that's our boy right there. That's
that guy. I know that guy.
That's the professor right there. But yeah, but I share like moments as well. I'm like heavily influenced on everything. I love just drawing places in ruins. I have no idea why. And of course, make things blow up and robots. But yeah, one of my key issues right now is that there are so many games in the market that as an indie gamer and as an indie gamer and a person who purchases games, there are so many fantastic games in the market that I believe we're pretty much in a boom right now. Like there is a lot of people really focusing on indie games. Now we all grew up with the big guy, but a lot of people are now looking for newer experiences. And I think this is why I absolutely want to do this, because people will have their own ideas of what a fantasy art or what a fantasy arc is, or what a fantasy game is, or what a role-playing game is as well. Right now, my friends were designing Boss Rush, and we're really taking heavily elements from games like games from Halo, like the Flood, and all these different like biological machinery mixed with like nanotechnology. And so we're going to like a more horror aspect into a region where it's like just been screwed up. And this one's more of a testosterone driven, giant robots, big machines, and against like giant organic machines. Well, if you ever read a book called Blom or Knights of Sindona, like those kind of like really meaty, ugly, almost grotesque monsters, and I have to draw those grotesque monsters. I love it. I've been loving I've been doing like body horror, studying body horror stuff, and referencing it for my new artwork because they need all these new monsters. We're usually like oh yeah, we're just doing like kind of like robots and now we're going to the real dangerous areas now. We're going to high level areas now.
The DM. I gotta say,
I love it.
You gotta check him out. He does amazing work. Get him to do a map for you because he just does great work. Work on him with on a game. He is a busy man.
I don't. It's the thing is like December. I was happy to like maybe have like one or two commissions, and that was fine. So, but I wanted more commissions, but it didn't like from the summer until like maybe November. I had like so many people wanting to work with me, and then December was like okay. Where everyone's gone to the conventions, everyone's gone to like sell their items. What do you got? I'm like, oh, I got this book that I've been working on and this NDA that I can't talk about. So yeah, but also I have a friend of mine who's gotten me into another D&D project, but I can't talk about it. Like an actual Wizard of the Coast DM guilds project. Hopefully. Hopefully, by March I could tell you something.
Cool. That's awesome.
It's always a problem when we're working on stuff, Yeah, I can't say nothing right now.
Well, no, it's always the big guys that want you not to talk about things.
Oh, definitely. I know exactly what you're saying.
And I don't want no Pinkertons coming to my door because
you already mentioned it. They're gonna come and go like you mentioned it. I didn't say nothing.
Talk about history. Talk about histories. Where did these guys come? I thought they were lost. I thought they were behind history. I thought we don't use these guys anymore. I thought they were only mythology now.
Oh no.
We need a card game back that we gave you by accident, and now we have to. Oh wait, I just signed the Amazon thing, man. Like,
How dare you talk about it? We told you not to talk about
Yeah.
it. I didn't talk about it.
You said no, but yeah, it's getting interesting. I enjoy creating games for people. I like when people have their own ideas and they want to design their characters. My favorite is when people ask me to draw items like their sword, their holy avenger, their mythic owl, their also like drawing their animal companions that have like oh, but he has like like this pendant here. It's like, okay, I'm drawing a cat. No, but he has this like specific pendant. And I was like, so like I had that, and it was I like when people come and say, oh, but how can I turn this into a story? I was like, well, it's not hard, but it's hard, but not hard. It's kind of like a trial and error. Oh, who's here? Hello. But yeah, I enjoy it. The one thing I'm enjoying about Boss Rush right now is I have to draw these like really desolated environments, and also like exploring like mushroom spores and different decaying nature, like nature and decay, but also add a technical element to it. And then not doing that doing it not really relying on technology because I'm drawing it by hand, you know, and it's amazing what my group has come up with. We've came up with like really fascinating ways of how organics and inorganics get infected by things. And like, okay, so those conversations in the boardroom, and we'll say the boardroom, but it's basically a group of friends of mine that have been playing for like almost 10 years. Well, what's kind of cool? What would happen to and then we're basically going down the rabbit hole of like what can happen in this very weird game where you have to be very, very careful. And it's a very high level game, so you're really putting your beloved characters in a really challenging situation. And that's the one thing that's really horrible about Dungeons and Dragons and horrible about any other kind of games. Once you establish a 5th level beloved character or got them up to 10th level, you want to baby them as much as you want. So and we're like, nope. There's a new danger that's happening right next door, and it's going to come right towards you.
I don't know, man. I've never understood that because by level 10 and 12, you start to get cocky. You start to go, I can handle anything.
But that's when the dungeon master gets you.
So, Andrew, tell the people one more time where they can find you.
You can find me at Artisan Profit Games at Instagram. You can also find me at Andrew Frank Rodriguez Art. And Facebook, you can find me at Artisan Profit Games in both Blue Sky and in X and in Threads. I don't know why I got a Threads account, but everything seems to go cycle down to my Threads account as well. And of course, you can also find me at Artisan Profit Games at YouTube. I've been having different YouTube ideas and putting them on film. So hopefully you guys can find me and talk to me about games, have ideas, or even say hello.
All the good stuff.
Also, I don't do to be funny, I don't do not for safe work. Sorry, I don't do that. Sorry.
Oh man, these days you have to say that stuff. Paul, tell the people one more time where they can find you.
All over social media, pretty much every platform at Time Enforcers, really easy to find. You can download episode 1 for a couple bucks from the app stores. If you don't know which app store to go to timeenforcers.com/get. But it's available for the Mac, PC, iOS, and Android phones and tablets as well. And then if you want to make a donation to our nonprofit education program, through Fractured Atlas. It's go.timeenforcers.com/FA. That'll bring you to that page where you can make a donation, and any amount that you donate is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
All right, Chris, your turn.
My turn. So you guys can find me at boardgamesforthebetter.org. There's the website. And you can also find us on Instagram at boardgamesforthebetter. And you can also find us at conventions. You'll see us at different tabletop conventions, board game conventions, TCG conventions also. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be going to tabletop. I'm on tabletop in March. I'll see you there. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to meeting you.
See you there.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Chris at Long Island Tabletop. It was a blast last year. It's going to be a blast this year. Amazing show, folks. Let's see. Of course, we have a couple of little Kickstarters going on here. Cannon the Marauder. I didn't even know this Kickstarter was going, and then I saw Ben Ferrari post on it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, dude! You didn't you say you had a Kickstarter?" He's like, "I've been posting this thing." I'm like, "I didn't see it." You know how it is when you want people to see your social media. That's when social media goes, "You don't see nothing." Let's go to the videotape and see what this is all about.
Hey everybody, my name is Ben Ferrari, Pilot Studios. This video you're watching is for our new Kickstarter, Kanan the Marauder #1. We plan on doing 4 Kickstarters in a row every 6 weeks, 2-week short campaigns. Kanan the Marauder was created by me and Kurt Belcher. I did the art. Kurt and I developed the stories together, and we have a great story, sort of a rabbit Conan style character set in the far future, swords and sandals fantasy type thing. Serious stories. I'm proud of my art. We have an excellent colorist with Federico Siak Pito Jr. and Alex DeLuca and Warren Montgomery on colors. I got some great covers. We got 3 different cover options. Seth DeMoose, I did a cover, and Luis Rivera did a cover on issue 1. Every 6 weeks, we will start a new Kickstarter until we have all 4 issues done, and then we'll do a Kanan the Marauder trade paperback collecting the 4. I show you this with a new cover by Chuck Todd because this shows you that we're completely done with the 4 issues. Kanan the Marauder 1 through 4 is completely done. This Kickstarter is to pay for a print run and to pay some of the collaborators for their work. So we're very proud of the books, and we're going to have them out on time because they are completely done. The idea is to get them out regularly, and so that you'll have them in your hands by the time the next Kickstarter starts. If I can show you some of what I've done in the past, to show you my love for comic books. I did a short story for Warren Montgomery called Stella Raj, right here with some art by me and Kurt Belcher on inks. Short story in there. Did a cover for Travis Gibbs' Expired series a few years ago. Justin Kane and Potico by my buddy Jay Hewer, longtime collaborator. We did a bunch of books and collected them in what's called Road to Zion Wars, and then we did a brand new Zion Wars one-shot afterwards. These are just examples of many, many books we've done over the years. I had a series called The Sun Chasers in stores with Red 5 Comic Books, Red 5 Comics. I did a series, 2 volumes worth of series, about 10 issues total, of the Carriers, Weaponized Carrier Pigeons and Their New York Adventures. Also published by Red 5 Comics. These are available on their website. I even had a story written by Jay Hewer in Free Comic Book Day. This was one of the feathers in my cap. This is one of the best things we've ever done. 47,000 copies of this book went worldwide. So very proud of that. I show you that just so you know that we are serious about making comic books. We don't waste anybody's time. We do the best we can do, stories and art. I also did a book called Always Punch Nazis. This was 3 individual volumes that we collected in a really nice, slick hardcover. Great artwork and stories. It is an anthology. Tons of different genres done in here, different art, but it's all awesome. It's all well written. And that is available too as an add-on on the Kickstarter. We got some original art, so make sure again that you go to the, not that one, make sure again that you go to the add-on section of the Kickstarter page, and you will see a bunch of artwork sitting over here. This is page 9 of Kickstarter of Kanan the Marauder #1, page 10 of Kanan the Marauder #1, page 11 of Kanan the Marauder #1, and page 14 of Kanan the Marauder #1, all available on the add-on section of this Kickstarter. And then I got one of the 3 covers. This is my cover of Kanan the Marauder #1. It is also available. So, Kanan the Marauder, rabbit humanoid in a world of monsters and mutants. No humans, far in the future. Swords and sandals, Conan style. Great action. The books are done. We'd appreciate your support. They're going to come rapid fire. Thank you very much for listening.
Man, I thought pigeons are already weaponized, and we're giving them guns now. It's like, what's up with that?
Dude, I gotta say, I got that free that free book from Free Comic Book Day. It's amazing, and you can tell you know, pigeons, New York. Come on.
It's like I said, they're already weaponized, and now we're giving them guns. I don't know. There's a problem here.
All right, folks. If you guys are interested in checking out any of my writing, if you know, hey, Ralph writes, go check it out at Vocal, because I do a lot of vocal stuff. I did this little piece here about the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Well, actually, it's about the whole Zuzu's Petals type of thing, and you know, it's a little nice piece that I did over there, and I even got like what do you call it? Top story for December for this one.
I read it. It's great. So definitely go out there and read it. It's really a nice piece Rafael put together.
I gotta say, I appreciate that, because every read gets me paid. So, folks, if you go read it, it gets me paid. So read it. Read away, folks. Read away. I'm gonna put it in the comment section there, so you guys can go check it out. I'm really proud of it. It's a nice little piece, and it sits where sometimes we forget things, or sometimes we tend to live life in other moments instead of in the now.
The importance of Zuzu's Petals. That's
exactly.
All I gotta say. It's great.
One last thing, our friend AZ is doing his Kickstarter. There we go. AZ is doing his Kickstarter. It's going to be coming up soon. And folks, AZ is amazing. This is going to be an amazing piece. He's been working on this book for a long time. We're going to have AZ on the show when he kicks it off, maybe before he kicks it off, so we can have a whole little Q&A with him about the whole thing. This is amazing art, beautiful piece. Love the story that he's working on. And of course, like we always like to say on the show, especially when it's a sign up to get notified, go help out. The more followers he has, the better place in the algorithm he'll start when the Kickstarter goes. That's always important, folks. You want your favorite people to be in a good place in the Kickstarter when they start off. Nathan, are you there?
I am here.
There you go, folks. It's Nathan. I'm surprised you were able to make it.
I'm surprised you were still on.
We ran a little longer than usual. We are almost at the 1:30 mark, but it's been a great geek out, and I gotta say, all the conversations have led to each other, which is always fantastic when that happens.
You pull these guests together so well, Rafael. That's all I have to say.
I just love when they all work together. I love it when a plan comes together. Nathan, am I forgetting anything?
My good sir, I am barely around anymore. You at this point know more than I do.
I just want to give Nathan his time.
Yeah, I'm
Figuring is
drawing
what
a
it's
blank
called.
on anything that's supposed to be coming up. In case I don't make it to the next shows before Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, and to all our viewers.
Speaking of which, thank you for reminding me, Nathan. On Monday, we will be doing our Bitten Apple Ghost Stories. So, join us as we do our Christmas ghost stories, because Christmas was all about ghost stories for a long time, and then people started making them go away. And I have to say, it's always great to hear a good Christmas ghost story. And I got a little continuation to what I've been writing, part 3 to my Krampus stories. And I will be revealing that on Monday. And most likely I might show off the last 2 that I did on the vocal. I'm considering doing that to showcase what it was before and where we're going. There are going to be a couple of other people who will have their own ghost stories, like Shannon Michelle will be on to spook us all out and make us all feel funny. Just like I was showing Andrew or had his little puppet there. She probably bring her puppet along too.
Man, I haven't recovered from the last show with her. Man, you're killing me, man. It's like
No, I found those puppets during Halloween, and they're my dad's puppets. And I don't know why. I was cleaning my house. I found porcelain dolls and all these, and even the Howdy Doody dolls. I was like, nope. He's in the closet until next year. He's in the closet.
Oh, but Shannon Michelle's going to be on, and she's going to be calling for him.
Fine.
those puppets will be walking out of the closet, Andrew, before you know it.
Exactly. Folks, you're all invited. If you want to participate in our Christmas ghost stories, just let me know, and we'll bring you on so you can read your piece, show off your ghost story. Same thing to you gentlemen here. If you guys have your own ghost stories, you're more than welcome to come on Monday and regale us with some nice little phantoms. And with that, folks, I think that is the end. And of course, on this show, when it ends, I press the button